Hello, loves. Hills from the Blue Flame Apothecary here. We're going to be talking about Kali's retrograde conjunct Uranus in Taurus. I started to bring this energy in when Kali went retrograde back at the end of September on the 28th. And we talked about Uranus and Kali conjunct at the end of July during the portal of destiny as we were moving into those Lionsgate energies at the beginning of August. Kali's retrograde that began back in September has now moved her back over top of Uranus in Taurus. So they are back to where they're not in the same degree of Taurus that they were in during the portal of destiny. It's really close. It's like a degree off. And today, I'm recording this on the 29th of November. She's just shifted off to the other side. Now, Uranus is also moving retrograde right now and will be doing so until almost the end of January. So over the next couple of days, Kali's going to keep moving backwards a little faster than Uranus does and getting closer and closer to the North Node. So over the next couple of weeks, she's going to be doing this backwards dance kind of in between the North Node and Uranus in Taurus. So we can start to feel into these energies by feeling into what was going on at the end of September when Kali almost made it out of Taurus, but then started dancing backwards towards Uranus again. Where were we? What were we doing? And what were the themes that were really loud? And even more so, what were the themes that were really loud when Mars, the North Node, Uranus, and Kali were all conjunct at the end of July, July 28th, 30th, 31st? As we're feeling this energy, it's coming in to share a little bit about Kali. What does Kali represent for us? Now we can do all kinds of research and learn that Kali emerged from Durga's eye as she's a Hindu goddess who came and was brought forth in order to slay the demons that had overrun. There was a battle and there was this sense that nobody could defeat the head demon, and he had created all of these little beings from him. And Durga was like, well, here, let me create this beautiful goddess who will come through with her sword and her many arms and slay all of these demons. And so she did. However, when all of the demons had been slayed, she was still looking for more, and Durga called her back in. One of the ways that this can represent for us is becoming interested, over intellectualizing, over concerned with slaying our demons and examining our shadows. This is important work. Going deep within and discovering what the patterns and the mechanisms that are creating how we work, how we emote, how we feel, how we think, how we speak, how we are in the world is profound, healing, transformative work and extraordinarily important. It can also be addictive. And you can find yourself looking for shadows in places where there are none. And you can find yourself searching for demons where you've already slain them all. And the thing is like, this is also a work that is never ending. You can always find something. But does it serve? but does it serve? That's the question. So I know I've said that this conjunction is kind of through the end of the week. However, because of the way that Kali is moving and the way that Uranus is moving, this conjunction is actually kind of active until next year. So at the end of December, on the 30th of December, Kali is going to start moving forward again, just a couple of degrees off of a conjunction with the North Node. As she begins to move forward again, she starts to reapproach Uranus. And on the 23rd of January, Uranus begins to move forward again. On this day, they meet conjunct again. So really, this is an energy that we get to work with all the way through the month of December and most of January. It's interesting too, because Mars is also going direct right around the 23rd of January. So I think it's a little earlier in January actually, but we can feel that Mars in Gemini retrograde energy asking us to examine how we think and kind of purify how we think, so that what we express into the world is truly what we want to create. We can feel that this Kali retrograde energy is part of that. It's part of that. Everything in astrology, in these blueprints of the cosmos, are multi-layered, multi-dimensional architecture plans to show us all the various ways in which we can approach the world around us. One of the ways that I personally have been asked to explore this. So Kali, it's our shadows, it's our secrets, it's the things that we need revealed to us so that we can move forward into our true sense of being, right? The North Node is that destiny line, and Uranus is the radical change maker, accelerator of awakening, right? So all of these energies are in Taurus, the material world, our financial structures, our physical body. For me, it has been physical body. I mean, it's all of them. Honestly, it's all of them. But one of the easiest ways for me to go into it, to share with you, and that I have been guided to share with you, is how it represents in my physical being. In 2013, I had my first of dozen, almost 20 surgeries for endometriosis, and then a lot of other things that kind of interweaved with that diagnosis, that dis-ease, and all the traumas that the surgeries caused other illnesses. And I went through a period between, I mean, it really started in 2008 was when I started to get sick, but it was 2013 before I had my first surgery. And then I went through a period of surgery after surgery, doctor's visit after doctor's visit, pain, depression, every physical autoimmune disease, complex PTSD, not just from the physical ramifications of what I was going through at that time, but also everything that I'd been through in my entire life, all of the traumas that I had experienced through my entire life, and probably a lot from other ones also, were coming up for me to deal with. And I was searching. I searched in Western medicine. I searched in Eastern medicine. I searched everywhere. And finally, I started to open up to other things. And I've talked about some of this before. I started to open up even more of my senses to other things. And I was able to, start working more with my crystals again, and with the oracle decks and the tarot decks and things like this. And 2020, 2019, 2020, 2021, I was really on this like shadow work healing journey. And I still am. But I went from using a mobility scooter and a cane to get around in 2019 to taking long, epic journeys around my neighborhood unassisted. And now I can go on a long hike. I haven't used a cane in ages, and I'm off of all of my medications. But that doesn't mean that all of my physical symptoms have gone away. In some ways, I have stopped identifying as them. And this is part of what this Kali retrograde feels like in Taurus. It's that I can feel a pain that is almost identical to the pain that I would have felt in 2018 or 2017 or 2015, even in 2008. But instead of it being all I see and all encompassing and all I am, it is, oh, what are you trying to show me? Is there something for me to see here? And sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes I just ate something that my system is not liking, and I can kind of let that flow. And sometimes it's, oh, here's this knot, here's this piece to unravel. And in the video that I recorded yesterday, that short little Kali's conjunct Uranus, I talked about diamonds in the rough and that sense of being under pressure. And that is often what it can feel like for me. When I have a pain, it's like everything is squeezing in my abdomen. Everything's constracting, right? It's like, and it's pressure, man. It's definitely being squeezed. And there is this way where that used to be all I could see. That was all it was. It was just, this is how it is. This is how it will always be. I will never, ever not be feeling it squeezed. Whereas now I can feel that squeezing, and I'm like, okay, so what are you trying to tell me with this squeeze? What is this pressure building to? And sometimes it's, you need to rest. That's what this is telling you. Sometimes it's, you ate something you shouldn't eat. Pay attention more to what you're eating. Sometimes it's, you're not listening to an inner guidance. Sometimes it's, here is this old piece of trauma that you have not worked with yet. Let's play with that. And almost always within the center of that old piece of trauma, or even that thing that I ate that I shouldn't have eaten, there's a little diamond forming. There's a little diamond forming. And that pressure is creating the heat necessary to squeeze out the impurities. One of the ways that it feels is like when your intestines contract to help push the parts of the food that you eat through so that you can flush them out, keeping the nutrients that you actually need in you. Or, for a female giving birth, those contractions, it's necessary. It hurts like motherfuck, right? But it is necessary, or that baby's not coming out, or that poo is not coming out. That shit is not coming out if you don't contract and release. Contract and release. As we find ourselves in states of contraction, it can feel like nothing's happening, but that's not really true. It's a time to integrate can feel like contraction. It can feel like contraction when you've integrated a new aspect of self and it becomes part of you. It becomes part of you. And so you're like, oh, it doesn't feel this like expanded, open way that it used to feel. Where did it go? Did it turn off? Did I lose it? What happened? But what's actually happened is you have integrated it to a point that it's become second nature. It's part of you. And so it didn't go anywhere. It's just that the parts of it that were all over the place have come into balance, have come into alignment. So speaking of all over the place, I kind of feel like this transmission is a little all over the place, but I hope that it's hitting for you in those places, in those nooks and crannies where it's called to. It feels like we're talking about pressure and the building and the squeezing, because over the next couple of months, we're going to be in those labor pains. We're really, really being asked to clear out, to squeeze out the gunk. I keep getting this image of popping a huge zit. Sorry for that. I also had a dream about a volcano erupting the other day, so it could also be that, like a cleansing flame, right? So we're pressing all of this out, and that can be really, really fucking painful. So acknowledge that it hurts. Be like, ow, that hurts. Ow, that hurts. Like when I have a pain reemerge in my abdomen, I'm like, oh, that hurts. Oof. But notice what happens. I put my hand on my heart also. Whew, that hurts. And I can let myself feel it. Like really feel it. Not feel the pain only, but to feel all of it. The full capacity of human feeling within that. And we can do that. We can do that not simply with a physical symptom, but with anything in our material world. And that's what's being offered through this Kali Uranus North Node dance that's happening through the end of the year. We can find all those places where the density is sticky. All those places in the outer world and in our inner world that are triggering us, that are squeezing us. We can say, oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that hurts. And then when it's ready, let it go. Let it go. Say, okay, I see you. Thank you for waking me up to this pain, to this hurt, so that I can now let the gunk fall away, burn away, however it works for you to envisage this, and reveal the diamond within. And this is, for your personal journey, and this is also for the collective journey, because as we do this work for ourselves, as we clear out more of our internal gunk, we are also helping elevate the consciousness of everyone that we encounter, in every way that we encounter them. There is a lot coming through this next couple of months. We've already been through a lot, and it's not getting any quieter. But we also have the sun conjunct on Taurus, the heart of the Scorpio. And that is love energy. That's heart energy. If you can feel like Leo, bold love energy, Antares has some of that. We think of Scorpio, and the scorpion is all like dark and shadow work. But Antares is that heart. It's that diamond inside. It's the diamond inside. So you can try feeling into that, But more than anything, allow yourself to feel what you need to feel, and to remember that it is all love, because we made this decision before we ever came into these physical beingness to say, I want to experience being human. So don't say, I don't experience pain, or I don't experience grief or anger or annoyance or euphoria or joy or laughter. They are all love, and they're all part of being human. Tasting amazing nectar and smelling somebody's crap are all part of it. We also have Neptune going direct at the end of the week. So that'll be helping us to start bringing even more of the dream world online, as it were. Even more of the dream world online. It feels like this is also part of this helping us to unearth, to take the subconscious and make it conscious. That old Jungian phrase is very apt for this time period. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule your life, and you will call it fate. And that is the territory that we're working in over this next couple of months, is remembering that fate is what we make. It's what we make. It's not done to us. The stars are not like, here, this is how you must live. It's, look at the stars. I can play with this energy right now. How can I play this music? I hope that served. I hope that you enjoyed it. I would love to hear how you're navigating all of this right now in the comments. Please let me know if anything jumped out at you, or if you want to be witnessed in some, ow, that hurts. Be sure to subscribe and like the video if that serves for you, if that's true. And if you are called to share it, that's also amazing. There's always the members portal if you want to journey deeper, and there's the one-on-one sessions. I offer 3 different ways now. However you're journeying through these times as we ascend and arrive and aliven ourselves, enlighten ourselves. It is such an honor to get to spend any and all of the time that we get to span together. As always, and in always, so much and many loves to you from all the dimensions.